We know that there is no amount of money that can compensate you for the harm and the trauma that your parents, your children, your family, your ancestors, or you experienced. We understand that. But we hope that this is a step in the right direction to repair. Hey, my name is Noelle Marshall, and I am the creator of the Department of Reparations project. The Department of Reparations is my imagination of a world in which all Black people across the diaspora get reparations. It's 2046, so some time, but not too much time. And Black people, not just in the US, but across the world, hold out and say, like, no, we're not gonna take this money, these resources, until all of us get it at the same time. And that changes the world. Everything from like dating to jobs to how people spend their time. And for me, I just really wanted to see and know and experience and feel what it would mean for everyday Black people to have access to that, for us to be inside that dream. Brian and Marion had a podcast called At the Intersections Podcast. And one of their big questions is, how do you want your reparations? And I think that question really like started to noodle in my brain. And then, you know, I am the granddaughter of people who grew up, Black folks in Eastern North Carolina. My grandfather was a farmer exploited under sharecropping. My grandmother was a domestic. My other grandfather was a war vet. My other grandmother worked in schools. And I just feel like often the conversation about reparations feels like it belongs to people in like academia or philanthropy. And I'm like, actually, I feel like my cousins, my mama, my daddy, like my people, everyday people have just as much right to say what the reparations movement should look like as folks in power. So this project for me is about like having an opportunity for everyday Black folks to say, like, this is how I would spend my reparations. And so it's an embodied research project, really. One of the parts of the project is this installation in which I want to engage 1,000 Black people across North Carolina to start, in which they actually get to go to the Department of Reparations. They get to go to a building, check in with someone who knows their favorite snacks. They get a choice between a lounge with a DJ and a lounge with a harpist. And then they're called back to this room where they're apologized to, and someone tells them what their reparations package is. They return to the lobby and someone sits with them individually, and they get to say, oh, this is how I want to spend my reparations. I want to put money aside for my children, my grandchildren. I want to open this business. I want to put it into these community projects. And then once that section is done, they would go eat a meal provided by us and talk to other people about what that experience was like. Like, what did it feel like for a moment to like, oh, for someone to apologize and to think about how they would actually spend those reparations. For me, I really want the numbers. I want the data. I want to know how everyday Black people would spend their reparations. Then I would love to take that project to the 10 most populated Black cities across the country. Beyond that, I also like to do a film project similar to this, but larger, thinking about these characters. What would Miss Claudette do with her free time? What is dating like? What does the white girl that works now for the Department of Reparations, like, what does she do with her time? I want to know about the people in the world and how it changes all of us. And then I also would like there to be some sort of like a digital interface or website for people to share and us to all look at the data together, right? And imagine a world. What would that data do? What would the world look like if Black people got reparations and used their resources in these ways? So please visit departmentofreparations.com. You can also follow me on Instagram or on my website. Both are Monèt is Art. And share it. So there will be a digital guide where you can go and you can take some of these questions. You can fill out this form and you can have conversations with your friends, with your family, with your frenemy, with your boo thing, your situationship. Go talk about reparations and then come back and tell us what it did. Tell us the results of your conversations. On behalf of the Department of Reparations, thank you.